Summer 2025 has been box office. We have Jurassic World, F1, Superman, and now Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. It's your casual cinema bro. Let's get to it. Listen, in the Fantastic Four first step, we find Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, The Thing, and the Human Torch set in the 60s on Earth 828. They're in a different dimension, folks. In this world, they are the world's protectors and celebrities. Like, they are so fucking famous. In the 60s, if you were a pilot or an astronaut, you're already the man. Now imagine this. You're an astronaut with superpowers. They're OD famous. Now, the Fantastic Four is about 4 years into the game. They're making a difference. They're in magazines. They have a whole day dedicated to them, and they're finally maybe adding a new member to the family. Low-key, the first gender reveal might have happened in the 1960s in this universe. Now, things change when the Silver Surfer's sexy ass pulls up talking about Galactus is coming.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
And y'all, he is hungry. Whoever wrote her opening line, I promise you, their pen was on fire. Now, it's up to the Fantastic Four to save their home from the Silver Surfer and Galactus. Now, this film does a great job of capturing the 60s. I'm not just talking about style and clothing. You know, the 60s were known for the space race, civil rights, and feminist movement. Our characters were astronauts. They're in space. You know, Sue Reed held a high-ranking position within the UN, and she was able to broker peace between the mole man and his people. You know, this movie did a great job of showing, not telling. I love how they captured the 60s all together in a whole. Now, one of the best parts of this film, I guess you could say this happened in the first half, was the space voyage. This Fantastic Four, they're seeking out Galactus to try to reason with them. And they find out Galactus can be reasoned with. However, it comes at the price of their unborn child, who apparently has like godlike powers. Galactus sees him as an successor, you know, to end his reign as a planet eater. And Franklin Richards, their unborn child, is the key to that. Soon we get a space chasing. The Silver Surfer is after the Fantastic Four. You know, she's surfing on lava, chasing them through space. They even try hitting hyperspace on her, and she flew right into their wormhole. This is what you want to see when you cast a Silver Surfer into your movies. Into Galactic Surfer. Listen, from the voyage to Galactus, the chase scene, and even seeing a black hole, everything about their time in space looked amazing. This would please any fan of space. And speaking of being a fan, I thought the acting in this movie was solid. Everyone held their own in the portrayal of this fantastic family. The early 2000s version of the Fantastic Four gave us a more exaggerated version of these characters, while this iteration gave us the other side. For example, yes, Reed Richards is a genius, but also he's a trouble genius, you know? He's a guy that may lack empathy, not because he's a dick or anything, but for the most part, it's just logic over an emotion for him. I mean, you might even say he's on the spectrum, which makes the portrayal of Sue that's so much more important. She's the heart and soul of this family. There's an important scene where she's telling these ungrateful protesters that they aren't sacrificing their child just to save the world. But hey, she's not going to sacrifice y'all either. Let's all come together and save this planet. Gotta love how Johnny wasn't a certified lover boy. He was intelligent enough to decipher and speak the Silver Surfer's language, where we found out her name, Shalabal, and even got a little backstory from her. Now, let's get to Ben Grimes, the Thing. I'm not saying I didn't like his performance. I just wish there was more that came from it. I felt like he took a backseat narratively wise compared to the rest of the cast. Not sure if that was intentional or were scenes cut out. And speaking of scenes being cut out, this movie was originally supposed to be like 2.5 hours long. It ended up being shaved down to 1 hour and 55. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this hurt the film in some ways. As I mentioned before, Ben, aka the Thing, narratively took a back seat. The Silver Surfer heel turn from bad to good came too soon, or I might even say came out of nowhere. The second half of this movie could have spent more time on fixing those things, or maybe expand upon the fights with earlier villains that they showed us in the beginning. Or do the same with Galactus, show him be a little bit more destructive, even though Galactus looked amazing on screen. I have no problems with it, but also I'm not mad if the fight would have been longer. Some quick points. Justice for Herbie. Listen, they put that robot to work. He had to baby proof the whole house. He was cooking dinner. He damn near built baby Franklin's crib. They put him to work like the elves in Harry Potter. In conclusion, you can tell that Marvel's first family was handled with care. Visually, this movie looks stunning. From the space sequences to Mr. Fantastic stretching his limbs. The acting was on point. These characters really brought to life. However, all that care gave us a film that played it safe, with a toned down second half that dragged, a final cut of the film that was 30 minutes shorter than the original runtime. Ultimately, the Fantastic Four first step doesn't reinvent the wheel for the MCU, nor does it have to, but it does sustain the hype for fans that are coming back just in time for Avengers Doomsday. It's your casual cinema bro, and I'm out. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe.